Hey YouTubers, it's your Italiano boy, Polly C, along with Polly C Jr. We are banging out the videos for y'all. First of all, we have a small tile bathroom job. I'm going to show you that. It's pebble tile. Then after this video, there'll be about 3 more or 4 more videos, part 2, part 3, part 4, where we did the upholstery, we did carpets, we did a shag rug. I'm going to show you all the stuff so you can learn. But anyway, I'm telling you, if you know the SET, which is Soil Extraction Transfer Technology, that's what we're all about, thanks to the Canadian godfather, Robin of Oxy Dry. Because
we're not here just to take part, we're here to take over. We're not here just to take part, we're here to take over.
that's right. When it comes to the VLM or the SETT method, we are not here to take part, boys. We are here to take over.
At the next light, turn right.
And that's what your Italiano crew is doing down here in the Pacific West. Gotta stay tuned. Doing awesome jobs all around the county. Look at this mess. It is pebble style, what do you call it, bathroom. I guess they laid it. I've done this multiple times over the years. You may have seen some previous videos of me doing it. But today I am going to pre-spray it with a spray bottle. It's already been vacuumed up. And then we are going to pre-spray with about half an ounce of Green Dragon in the trigger sprayer. And filled to the top with Go Oxy, which is a peroxide-based cleaner. And I was just explaining to my son, you want to be real careful with the machine when you go around these toilet bases in the sinks. I've seen where guys have gone around those toilets, the machine kind of bucks, and boom, you can actually crack and smash the base of the toilet. And then you got yourself a flood. You got to turn that sucker off, and now you're looking at calling a crew to replace the toilet or the sink. So I'm going to try and do just half the room, and then I'll come back, do the rest of it with the spray, only because I don't want to have him walking in and walking onto that wood transition in the closet in the master bedroom where I'm standing. And not that the Go Oxy or the Green Dragon would harm the wood, but I just don't want it wet where I have to keep wiping it up. So we will get busy. I thought I might need to bring the drill in with the brush, but we're using the Orbiter along with the green brush, which is kind of a tile brush anyway. And then we'll be mopping up the slurry with both sides of a 17-inch white polar pad, which is very absorbent microfiber. Everything I buy and use comes from my supplier. I always put a link in the description below. So if you want to do what I do, and I highly recommend you do, then check out the products from the link in the description. We're wobbling a little bit here, and that's it. Don't know if he has to tighten that up. Maybe the brush isn't on even. But anyway, he does get in there and you'll hear a bang. So there's a lesson learned. We're not going to do that again. We're going to use our foot on the bottom of a pad. Yeah, we're wobbling out of control here. Oh, yeah. Anyway, the green brush, if you guys and gals follow my channel and you want to do the same thing I do, make sure when you get the green brush, it's very, very strong bristles, so it can be dangerous. I use it on carpet. You'll see me use it in the next video on shag rug to get the solution, the Green Dragon, mixed into the high pile fiber. But I did not take the green brush when I got it new and just start using it. I took it out into my driveway on concrete, and I took the hose and let the hose run so that it's putting water on the concrete, and I ran the machine over the concrete and the water for probably a good 10-15 minutes. And what that will do is it'll break in the brush. It kind of breaks in the bristles, softens them up a little bit so that you're not putting it on someone's carpet and doing damage. Now, they do have a black brush. I use the black brush on carpet quite often. So be careful what you're doing it on. You want to test it if you're using the green brush, because you don't want to fray the fibers or cause tip blooming or any other problems. But this one's well broke in. It's probably 7 years old. I don't know, something like that. But anyway, you could see here the slurry that's coming up from the tiles. These tiles probably need to be resealed and stripped. I'm not doing that today, but I could probably do. It's going to come out amazing, but it would come out 100% better if I was able to come in, use a floor stripper, strip it, let that stripper sit for a while, maybe some Zep floor stripper, and then do the same method I'm doing here, just with the Zep floor stripper, and then get a sealer and go back over after we're done cleaning it and protect it with a sealer. Not sure what's on this one. It seems like something's on these pebbles that, previous seal not that great, but it's definitely impregnated into that grout. So that's a good thing. But I wanted to bring this video to you, and then the multiple videos that I got, kind of share with you how I do this. And I thought, man, what a perfect opportunity for my YouTubers. We doing pebble tile. And then we doing shag rugs. We got 2 sectionals, an ottoman, a huge ottoman that I'll show you in the next videos. And then we got 2 rooms of carpet. And oh yeah, we get to bring out what's called the doodle bug. Haven't had an opportunity to show the doodle bug to y'all yet. If you don't know what a doodle bug is, stay tuned for that video. I'll maybe mention doodle bug in the title, but we had some tight quarters and probably a 500-pound bed that we could not move in about maybe 8 inches along the side of the bed by the window that definitely needed a good cleaning. So we used the doodle bug. So that'll be exciting to show you. Doodle bugs are cheap. You can get those also through the link when you see that video. So anyway, with this pebble tile, you do want to be careful, because you can, if the grout's not properly sealed, because that's all that white stuff is the grout. Could be like an epoxy. I'm not sure what they used, but I've cleaned it multiple times, so I know it cleans up well, and it's safe to use Green Dragon and go oxy on it, or peroxide if you use some other peroxide base. I wouldn't go above about a 15 or 12% peroxide. And no need to really sit and let it dwell. It's going to break down everything as you go. But you've got those microfiber pads I'll show you. I don't have to use a shop vac to get the swirly, because you saw we're using a 32-ounce trigger sprayer. So we're not putting down more than we need. And then we are just scrubbing it all in after, of course, you vacuum it. I took the vacuum and ran it on commercial floor level with my Hoover Hush Tone. And get up all the debris, and then scrub a dub. And then we're going to take a polar pad, and he's going to come through and mop up all the slurry, flip it over, and mop up the rest of the slurry. And what happened, I looked at the pad. You may see it. I don't know if I show it, but the first initial side picked up all that dirt. Then when he flipped it over to just go over one more time to make sure we got all that slurry up, it was virtually clean, which tells me the first side of the pad absorbed all the soil, which is what you want. Set soil extraction transfer technology. Like I said in the beginning of the video, the founder of that name and that type of method here with the rotary machines, which we usually use, is coming out of Canada. Our Canadian godfather, Robin with OxyDry. So if you're interested in his videos, he's got a channel. Check him out, OXY-DRY. He is banging out the work set style up in Canada. I think he's about 2.5 hours north of me, down here towards the Seattle area. But we are following those methods. I'll be doing the 175 swirly today, which will probably appear in a later video. Taking a brief lunch break, and then I got to go do one more job at dental office. So if I get a chance to film the dental office, I'll film that as well. But man, we were here for about 3.5 hours doing 3 rooms, 2 bedrooms upstairs, a basement room downstairs, a sectional upstairs with a big ottoman, and then a shag rug upstairs. And then downstairs we had a sectional and a huge, like 6-foot ottoman that came with it. So you'll see those in the future videos. Here we are. I don't know if this is where it bangs on the toilet. Yeah, so he was smart enough to stop there, or maybe I was in the background yelling. Who knows? But anyway, I can't stress enough for my veteran carpet cleaners. They probably already know. You got to be really careful with porcelain toilets. I just can't stress it enough. I've seen guys with the bigger machines go in, the machine bucks to one side, and it will just smash the lower level. The water drains out everywhere. You got serious problems. So thank me now. Heed my warning. When you do bathrooms, even with the Auric Orbiter, you got to be very careful. Plan on just putting your foot on the pad and going around the backside of the toilet. I will tell you as well, here's some additional wealth of knowledge while you're watching these videos. I'm trying to make them as valuable as possible to the new potential guy. See that door? That is a hollow door, which means it's almost like 2 thin pieces of paper between it. So if you have a pad that's oversized like we do, and you go right up against the edge of that door, and the pad goes under, right like this, under that edge of the door, you try to push the door open, that pad can go underneath the door and rip the whole bottom half of the door apart. So there you go, another tip. Do not take any chances. Remember, you go nice and slow. You can always come back. You can do it by hand. You can use a doodle bug. So this room, obviously being as light as it is, you see the shadow casting under the sink, and you see the shadow casting to the bottom of the screen by the side of the toilet. And then you'll see my son, his shadow, the machine shadow. And then you'll see me when I'm back there trying to use the camera to video for you. I've got a real big shadow. You'll see my shadow and the camera shadow. So, look past that. Don't think that's soil. I wish you were here looking over my shoulder. My goodness, absolutely beautiful. Watch the pad. Woo! That's the dirty side, folks. And then when he's done, we're going to go over it again. The backside looks pretty much like it looked when you saw him turn it over. And then the next stage of this is you're not done until you're done. You've got to get another pad, another polar pad, put it in the sink and wet it and wring it out real good, and then go over it with the wet pad both sides. And what you're doing, you're just kind of removing and neutralizing the solution that you put down for cleaning. The green dragon dries down to a brittle crystal. You don't need any crystal powdering on the tile in here. So you just want to take your time and make sure you see he's standing on that microfiber pad. Always put a transition protector, either another pad or a towel, and wipe the wood frequently. And that's another bonus tip there. If you don't and you overspray and you get water on the wood, you will be surprised. I have seen it where either the oxyperoxide or whatever I'm using that might not be for the wood, depending on what they have on the wood, can actually make the finish flake off. So now you got a problem. You wipe that off, you let it sit too long, and the entry is all distorted. Now you have to come in, you have to buff it out, and you have to reapply the polyurethane or whatever it is that they put on there. So be careful. You'll see me probably wiping that over and over behind him just because I know. Here's the next pad. We're going to wet that a little bit, and then we're going to wring it out so we can go over it. Excuse me. And another little word of wisdom is when you have your pad like this, you can see both sides, the dirty. Second side, you could see it practically was clean. There you go. So that is just a finishing touch. And then we're going to go over and neutralize one more time. This was not a real expensive clean. It did take a little bit of time, but generally a bathroom like this for this type of clean runs about anywhere from $75 to $100, no more than that. You could charge more than that, but $75 is fair, and the transition is incredible here. So there you go. We'll get set up. I put the tripod down today. I got the tripod in the shower. So anyway, oh my goodness. When I'm in the shower, I'm afraid to wash my hair. Might open my eyes and find someone standing there. Or might it be when I'm in the shower, I'm afraid to wash my hair. Might open my eyes and find Polly C standing there. Oh, we having too much fun. I'm telling you, start you a carpet cleaning business and just enjoy what you do. If you don't enjoy it, it ain't going to be fun. I'm having a good time working with my son. Eventually, he's going to be in his own van. Those of you that watch my videos probably know I have 2 broken feet. You'd never know it the way I'm walking around. They call it Jones fractures, which is a break in the 5th metatarsal, the upper outer edge of your foot. I broke them both, and I have orthopedic shoes with carbon fiber insoles, I think, so my foot won't bend. It stays completely straight. So it's an option instead of wearing a cast for me and keeping the foot straight. And I'm doing minimal work. Yes, I'm walking very slow downstairs, 1 foot at a time, trying to let my foot heal. And I am on a regimen of every 6 weeks, I think it is, I go in for a x-ray to follow up to see how the healing is doing. I'm not on antibiotics, don't need those. I was on antibiotics for 90 days for that finger that was infected. Again, if you follow my channel, you know about that. It's been a weird 2023. I'm telling you. About, 6 months ago in July, I had a vitreous hemorrhage of the right eye, went blind in there. That's where the vein explodes, filled my eye with blood. Couldn't see for almost 2 months, but your boy kept working. I just didn't tell my customers. And then I had the thorn go through my finger, woke up with my middle finger the size of my wrist, spent 4 days in the hospital, folks. And then now I'm doing physical therapy. I'm still not 100% out of the water there, or out of the forest. As far as possible bone infection, I don't think I have bone infection, but I have a follow-up appointment next week for that. The scarring where they cut my finger apart and drained everything, left a lot of keloiding, I guess they call it, where the scar tissue is kind of swollen on my finger. So not too bad. It's my middle finger, so no big deal. I almost have full range of motion. Continue my physical therapy on my finger. And what a nightmare. So the eye, the finger, they say it comes in 3s. Broke both my feet. Oh, come on. I need a break. A break? No pun intended. Right? Breaking those feet. I did not need a break. I need some time off. But anyway, you may have heard the old saying that, what do they say here? Failure is not permanent. Death is permanent, my friends. So as you get older, even younger, things are going to fail. You're going to have eye problems. You're going to have whatever, problems like I'm having. But you keep getting up. You keep going because the failure is not permanent. It's only permanent if you're dead. Then you can't get back up. So keep on going and let that be some motivation for guys that are up there in age like me. Take your time, get a helper. Don't stop. You know, you got back aches, your legs ache. I mean, it's crazy. You know, I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh, man. I lean over, I put my slippers on, and I'm like, geez, I must have slept wrong or something. Holy smokes. And then I walk into the bathroom and my arms and my legs hurt, my back hurts, and I glance over in the mirror and holy shit, I'm old. You know, we all wake up feeling like we're 21 years old, and I'm feeling like, man, did I go on a weekend ski trip? What happened? And then when I look in the mirror, I go, oh, shit. Oh, man. So keep on banging out the jobs. You can do it. Look at these results. Absolutely amazing. Love all my subscribers. Me and Junior are going to go to the next job. We are just putting out the content. I hope it's helpful. I hope you enjoy the videos. And I always appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your day to watch my videos. I'm trying to grow this channel. You know, I have my regular business channel, the Washington Pro Carpet Cleaning channel. Use that one strictly for business promotionals. I don't want someone to look up my company name and get on there and go, listen to this idiot. Polly C. Show up at their house and they're like, hey, it's Polly C. and Polly C. Jr. Look at that before and after, just in time for Christmas. Got a little shadowing in there, but boy, if you were looking over my shoulder, you would see the beautimous effects. I'll see y'all in the next episode.